Hey there, I'm Richard Brandt, Mono's historian, and you're watching Stream It Now. Amazon Prime isn't even waiting for August to spring this big batch of new movies on you. First, the indie road movie, 66 and Nowhere. Lance Henriksen in The Arcadians. Dennis Quaid, Kim Dickens, and Zac Efron in the family drama At Any Price. The indie horror flick The Attendant. Gene Hackman and Danny Glover in the Vietnam War drama Bat 21 from the underrated director Peter Markle. Amish drama with Beverly Lewis's The Shunning. It's like The Shining, only with Amish people, except that it isn't. The Moulin Rouge documentary Can Can Diaries. When Jodie Foster and John C. Reilly meet for dinner with Christoph Waltz and Kate Winslet, it's Carnage from director Roman Polanski. The footballer documentary, Celtic's Smiler, the Neely Moken story. The sequel, Clancy Once Again, the priesthood abuse drama, The Culpable. From 1947, Humphrey Bogart and Elizabeth Scott in John Cromwell's classic Florida noir, Dead Reckoning. Shannon Sossamon and Dominique Swain in the horror thriller Devour. The indie horror flick, The Documentary. From 1959, another classic from the golden age of television, Julie Harris and Christopher Plummer in a production of A Doll's House. Another drive-in double feature from Double Doses of Horror, Severed Limbs and Killer Snakes. I could guess what two movies these are, but your guess is almost as good as mine this time. Penelope Cruz and Ben Kingsley in the May-December romance Elegy. Ray Harryhausen's sci-fi classic H.G. Wells' First Men in the Moon. Another Golden Age TV classic from 1957, The Great Sebastians, an intriguing drama about a husband and wife team of professional psychics. This is also a rare opportunity to see the rarely filmed first couple of Broadway, Alfred Lunt and Lynn Fontanne. The 2000 rave drama Groove. Michael Madsen in the crime thriller Hired Gun. Hugh Dancy is the innovator who had Victorian women all abuzz in Hysteria. Kim Basinger in the drama I Dreamed of Africa. The Illusionist is an animated feature from Sylvain Chomet of Triplets of Belleville fame, based on an unproduced screenplay by Jacques Tati. The Filipino drama Inde Inde Sa Balita. Erwin and Fran is a look at the legendary comedian Professor Erwin Corey at age 100. The Telugu action movie James Bond. The documentary Joan of Arc. Lauren Avedon returns as the King of the King Boxers 2, Fighting Spirit. The Korean drama Lady Daddy. Helen Mirren and Christopher Plummer are the Tolstoys in The Last Station. The Breakup Party movie, The Longest Night. A story about a man cut off from everyone except through technology, Man. The Shakespeare-inspired comedy, The Merry Maids of Madness. Richard Gere and Mike Figgis' psychodrama, Mr. Jones. Ki Shu in My Wife is a Gangster 3. From the creators of Spamalot, the Monty Python crew with Not the Messiah, He's a Very Naughty Boy, a comic oratorio based on the Python's most controversial flick, The Life of Brian. Dakota Fanning in the tearjerker Now Is Good. The Dutch drama Nowhere. The road movie Rideshare. Tom Selleck versus Gene Simmons, the high-tech cop thriller Runaway. The distaff romance Saving Face. From the early 30s, a notorious piece of pre-code salaciousness, Search for Beauty stars Ida Lupino and Buster Crabbe as Olympians duped into sponsoring a fitness magazine, which is actually going to turn out to be a skin magazine. Worth tuning into, if for nothing else, the sight of James Gleason in a swimsuit. The Brazilian drama, The Second Mother. The 80s sci-fi classic Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone, starring Peter Strauss and Molly Ringwald. Another 80s classic, Spring Break, a teen sex comedy from the director of Friday the 13th. Also, Stephen Ray and Billy Connolly play aging rockers in Still Crazy. Robin Williams and Walter Matthau in Michael Ritchie's underrated satire The Survivors, also starring Jerry Reed. Rachel Weisz in the Victorian Cornwall romance Swept from the Sea. These Old Broads, a story of feuding Hollywood royalty, starring Debbie Reynolds, Shirley MacLaine, Joan Collins, and as their agent, Elizabeth Taylor. The Western drought documentary Thirsty Land. The Chinese horror comedy Vampire Cleanup Department. Dante Lam's Hong Kong action thriller The Viral Factor. From 1982, the Australian Outback classic We of the Never Never. And finally, a pair of provocative documentaries, Who Killed the Electric Car, and the political documentary from 2006, Why We Fight.